Good evening and welcome to Health is Well. This show is brought to you by CAN TV and the Chicago chapter, National Black Nurses Association. The National Black Nurses Association Chicago chapter meets the second Saturday Theology, 1100 East 55th Street from 4 to 6 p.m. If you'd like to contact us, feel free to call us at 773-792-7222. This month is Women's History Month. And in an organization like the Chicago Chapter Black Nurses, you'll have to reach far to find phenomenal women that we can talk to and honor for Women's History Month. So today, I have with me Dr. Sandra Webb Booker, member of the Chicago Chapter National Black Nurses Association. By the way, I'm Janice Henry, the host for today. Dr. Booker, I'm going to ask you to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. I'm Sandra Webb Booker. I've been a nurse, my goodness, since 1976, a graduate of the University of Illinois College of Nursing. After attending school there for 4 years and earning a Bachelor's of Science degree, went on to work at the University of Chicago. And while there at the University of Chicago, met the love of my life, became married.
Okay. It's a good reason to go to college, huh?
Well, yeah. But he was in college too, okay?
That's even better.
Okay, so we were both in school. And goodness, so in 1978, I wedded. And I am the proud mother of 2 daughters, both of whom are nurses also. Okay. And they completed their nursing education at the Chicago Public Schools in the practical nursing program. Okay. And used that as a foundation to build upon, and both of them went on to become RNs. One graduating from Southern University in Baton Rouge from their nursing program. The other daughter graduated from Florida A&M. Okay. She's a rattler. Right, and so both daughters are doing well. Okay. So in terms of, say, my life, I'm a product of Chicago, born and raised. I was born in Provident Hospital, so I am a Provident baby. Okay. And I'm on the Provident Women's Auxiliary right now, okay? So I do have allegiance to that facility. Okay. In addition to that, I'm a graduate of the John A. Sabaro Elementary School on 85th and Ingleside, which was renamed to the Arthur Ashe School. Okay. And so I'm really, really glad to be a graduate there because I really think that my grammar school education really provided me a good foundation for which I was accepted as a student at Robert A. Lindblom Technical High School. And Lindblom is getting ready to celebrate 100 years in a few more months. So that's an outstanding history. I had, like I said, a phenomenal education there. Loved my classmates. And from there, went on to Oliver Harvey City Colleges of Chicago. I was there for 2 years. Okay. And it was a challenging academic environment too, but I did a lot of my prerequisites for nursing so that when I got ready to go to the University of Illinois, there were no prerequisites to take. I was ready. Okay. And after completing the U of I and working as a staff nurse, as I mentioned, I went back to the University of Illinois to obtain a Master's of Science in Nursing degree. And my specialty was medical surgical nursing. So I am a surgical nurse to the bone and the marrow, okay? I love taking care of clients preoperatively and postoperatively. My specialty is post-op. You will not get pneumonia or any kind of intestinal disturbance with me. We're gonna walk it off. So after completing the master's degree at the U of I I then went, maybe about 2 or 3 years later, went to Loyola University of Chicago and obtained a PhD in
Okay.
Educational Leadership and Policy Studies
Okay.
with a minor in medical sociology. So,
Okay.
and believe it or not, I'm back in school now.
Well, I don't think nurses ever finish learning, but
That's true.
It's admirable that you are actually back in class.
Oh yes, yes. I am the, what do you call it? The epitome of the example of a lifelong learner.
Okay.
You see all this gray hair in my head, and I'm still in school. Okay. So right now I am completing a graduate degree at Moody Bible Institute. And majoring in clinical mental health counseling.
Okay.
And so it's my goal to become a Christian counselor and to hopefully work with individuals who have previous backgrounds in the military, because I can identify with that. I guess I failed to mention that I did serve in the...
I was going to ask you about your military
Okay,
journey.
so we'll keep that
okay.
separate. Okay, then. And so I'm looking at that. I also have a background as a hospice volunteer for 8 years with Meridian Hospice. So I would kind of tend to favor looking at counseling hospice clients as well. And then I did do a clinical at Bobby Wright Comprehensive Behavioral Health Center. So I'm a community person too, so I'm ready.
Okay. All right. Okay, very good. So yeah, let's talk about your military journey.
Okay. Well, while working as a nursing instructor at Chicago State University, forgot to tell you about that.
Okay.
I was the chair of the med-surg department, and then progressed from there, became what do you call it? Well, became not the chair, but the coordinator, and then from there became the chairperson for the nursing department when it was the College of Nursing. And so consequently, while in the role as coordinator of medical surgical nursing, the students, many of them, both male and female, wanted to go to the military. And for some of those trips, because with so many females and the recruiters for the military were predominantly male, they wanted female instructors to go. So the students would always ask me, Dr. Webb, won't you please go? And so after collaborating with my husband and children, I would generally oblige them.
Okay.
And so I would go on these tours with them to different locations, California, Texas, you name it, all over. And they were recruiting the students, but believe it or not, they were recruiting me.
Okay.
Because what they were offering the students and the different opportunities that they would have, utilizing their nursing credentials and skills, I began to think, I like that. And then one day, one of our other nursing faculty persons, Catherine Robinson, Catherine said, well, Sandra, I served in Vietnam and I want to go back. I said, okay, Kat. She said, but I don't want to go back alone. I said, okay. She said, I want you to be my partner. I said, what? I'm married with children. And she just kept after it, kept saying, you need to consider this. And finally my husband said, well, yeah, you can give it a try, see how it works out. So indeed I did. And we joined a reserve unit out in Gary, Indiana, the 395th Combat Support Hospital. We were combat nurses, all right. So we worked out in the field. We would set up a mobile Army hospital. We had heating and air conditioners inside our tent in our hospital. And so it was a good training experience. I really got some good skills, and I was able to use a lot of my skills from the University of Chicago in that combat support hospital.
Okay.
I remember once it was a little exercise that they gave us, and they killed off all the doctors. And they said, now who gonna treat these patients? Oh, you talking to a surgical nurse. Yeah, we gonna prescribe this antibiotic, we gonna do this, we gonna do that, whatever. You know, you just get somebody to sign off on these orders. We know what to do. We know how to take care of patients. And so, goodness, I ended up spending 28 years
Wow.
in the United States Army,
Okay.
of which it was a combination of both active and reserve duty.
Okay.
I even transferred to a civil affairs unit, and I was the civil affairs nurse. And I did that for 6 years, and that's when I got my active duty assignment in Bosnia-Herzegovina, just immediately post-conflict. So I had a good experience.
Okay.
And I really feel good about nurses serving in the armed services because I'm reaping the benefits now, and it looks pretty good.
Okay. All right. So the job that you had, civil affairs.
Civil affairs. Mhm.
So what does that mean?
Well, what happens is the civil affairs unit is one where you have a cadre of specialists. You have people who specialize, say, like in governmental in the governmental area. Those that specialize within fire department services and police. I was with the nursing division, psychological operations, so all your specialists and everything. And so we kind of look at the different countries we go to, and we try to determine what type of experiences we might have and plan training to prepare us to deal with the scenario that's happening in those countries now. And so I was the chief of the public health team in Bosnia. And it was a multinational team, okay? Yeah, British, French, you know, me. It was very good.
Okay. So tell us, what is your full title? Everything you know, I'm like.
Okay. My full title is Colonel Retired Dr. Sandra Webb Booker.
Okay. All right then. Okay.
That's a full name.
That's
full.
it.
Yeah, okay.
That's a lot of letters.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you're back in school. Doing something in theology.
Well, it has a theological component. Yeah,
Okay.
Christian counseling. Yes.
Okay. So you said that you were a hospice volunteer.
Yes.
And you know, I spend a lot of time doing hospice work and hospice volunteering, and talking to people about the correlation between faith and healing. You know, so I never thought about a Christian counseling, but I don't think I might not want to go back to school.
Well,
I
you'd
don't
be
know.
surprised because you
I
think
don't
about
know.
it. If you were to go to receive counseling service, and they're just giving you general services, but you being a Christian, a woman of faith, you would want somebody to be able to speak to that aspect of your life, that aspect of your being, so that you can really feel as though you're getting the type of counseling that you need to holistically deal with whatever concerns or problems that you might have.
Okay, well, I know you, so now I'm just going to go to you. I'm going to just call you.
Okay,
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just call you.
Okay.
Okay. So if you hear somebody hollering and screaming or something, you know,
Okay, I know. Look up, it's Jane. Okay.
It's me. But I do think that it is extremely important that when people are in the hospital or when people are in whatever situations they find themselves in, that their religious beliefs are taken into consideration. I used to work at Northwestern and had a lot of Jewish patients, and people could never understand, well, how do you know so much about the Jewish faith? Well, when you take care of people, especially in the life situations, you have to know what their customs are. You absolutely have to. And I have been recommending to people that do that kind of work a book called How to Be a Perfect Stranger. So these books tell you everything about every religion.
Really?
And so, if you're dealing with patients, I mean, I even worked at Sinai, and did pastoral care at Sinai.
Okay. Okay.
And so that is a Jewish hospital in a Black and Hispanic neighborhood.
That's
that
right.
got people from all over that would come in there. So you have to be, if you really want to be a good practitioner,
That's true.
you have to know how to deal with people and understand, especially I think with minorities, with African American and Hispanic people, that they do rely a lot on their faith.
Yes.
And they think that you can pray away or pray everything up and down, and you can, pray, and praying is good.
Yeah, it works wonders.
But I think that we don't have enough practitioners that are sensitive to people's religious beliefs, and that they don't, and a lot of hospitals have cut out their pastoral care departments, and they don't have full-time pastoral care people in the hospitals anymore, and that's a shame, because when, anything could happen.
Exactly. Well, I used to do, I was a nurse's aide at Mercy Hospital for 6 years, from the time I was age 16 up to age 22. And so, there were always chaplains in the hospital.
And nuns.
And nuns.
Right.
But the persons who, both of them did pastoral care, but the chaplain would definitely do the bulk of it, I think, when I was there in the 80s. And one thing he always did, I was a nurse's aide, he would always approach me and the other nurses' aides and ask us, what clients do you really think I need to spend some time with? And why are you concerned about them? What have they said to you, or something of that sort? And we would explain to the chaplain exactly what it is that was bothersome for the client, for the client's family, and how we think that if they receive some type of counseling, some type of spiritual support in this area, that it would really help to elevate their feelings. And they consistently did this the entire 6 years that I was there. And based upon that, you can really see some changes in the clients that you care for, because they want you to minister to their holistic needs, not just their healthcare needs and everything, but also to look at what's happening to them in terms of their sociological backgrounds and everything, their employment status. So in order to do that, it takes all services working together.
Right. So I know that when I was at Mount Sinai, I would spend, I would say, an equal amount of time with the employees. Because you never know what people are going through.
That's true.
People come to work every day, and and they do their job. We take care of other people, but who's taking care of us?
That's right. That's right.
So so I'm just a firm believer in that whole, faith and healing, spiritual, everything needs to be in alignment, order.
Well, I think about this. When you work with a group of people, you kind of solidify and you work as a team. And when you work as a team, you can tell if there's something wrong that's a little bit off kilter with one of the members. And because of that, you definitely want to enhance the status of your team to do what needs to be done in a very compassionate, caring, but also proficient, efficient manner. And so therefore you got to minister to those people that you work with.
Right. Well, I don't know, sometimes in the workplace, it's nowadays everything is just dog eat dog. Everybody is trying to climb on everybody else's back to get, where they have to go. Not a good way to be, especially when you're taking care of people.
That's true. That's true.
But before we run out of time,
okay.
I wanna talk about the LPN reunion.
Oh, listen. I forgot to mention that one of my jobs.
That's okay. I'm bringing you back. I'm bringing you back.
One of my jobs I was a nurse educator at Chicago State, and when I left there, I went to the Chicago Public Schools, and I was the coordinator of the entire practical nursing program. And I stayed there, my goodness, for 19 years or what have you. And so a lot of LPN students graduated while I was there. And so now they're planning a reunion. They're going to all come back and they're going to mingle and have scholarly interchange because many of them have gone back and they're RNs. Some of them have masters, PhDs. Some of them are directors at different facilities. And so this LPN reunion is going to be on April the 20th at the Holiday Inn in Matson at 5 p.m. So if we got any graduates from the Chicago Public Schools Practical Nursing Program in the audience, the TV audience, I encourage you to please get in touch with Ebony Reynolds.
Do you have a phone number for Ebony?
Well,
No?
I know that Ebony is at Symphony.
Okay.
A nursing facility.
Okay.
So
which one?
The one that's at South Shore.
Okay. Okay.
And so I think that they should probably be able to reach her there. But
Okay.
we're looking to have a wonderful time.
Okay.
And we want everyone there.
And so why don't we give the Black nurses information and then we can put that on our website.
Certainly.
Why don't we do
I'll be
that?
happy to do that. Definitely.
So you can look for that information. You can go to Chicago Chapter National Black Nurses Association, and we'll have that information on the website.
Yes.
I think we should also be able to put it on our phone.
Okay.
So you can call 773-792-7222 to get information on the LPN reunion. About how many LPNs do you think you graduated?
Ooh, hundreds.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. And so you can see from Dr. Booker that that a humble beginning as a nurse can take you far. To the military, it's not just about bedside nursing all the time. I've been a nurse for 30-something years. I've never been a bedside nurse. I've always done home health, hospice, and community health. So you don't have to be a bedside nurse. Nothing wrong with being a bedside nurse. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Because we need those nurses that do that kind of work. But you have such a broad array of what you can do when you become a nurse, even when you're a LPN, and that's how I started off as an LPN.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did.
What program did you go to?
I went to Dawson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I went to Dawson.
Hey.
So yeah, and I was encouraged by my pastor and the pastor of a couple of other churches to go into nursing.
Wonderful,
So
wonderful.
so that's what I did. I did it with their blessing.
Amen.
You can have a wonderful career.
And I think
as a
you're
nurse.
pretty good at it because you
Right.
have such a calming effect.
Thank you. Thank you. So, anything else you want to talk about? Anything else coming up or something?
Well, I can say that upcoming, the Lord's willing, I'm about to complete my last course.
All right, then.
And so I'm really, really very happy about that.
Okay.
And I failed to mention that I've also been doing some volunteering through the American Red Cross, and they have a program called No Veteran Left Behind.
Okay.
And so that's really reaching out to those veterans who have no relatives, but they're, kind of end stage or terminal.
Okay.
And so that's something that I've been doing, and I enjoy that.
Okay. And so you didn't mention Women's Veteran United.
Oh, that's right. Keep me on target, Janet. I am a member and the past chairperson of the board of directors for the National Women's Veteran United. We have the only Women's Veteran Center that's located on 79th and Racine, 7909 South Racine.
Okay.
And our meetings are generally the second Saturday of the month, beginning at 10 a.m. And we do have a website. I encourage you to go there. The president is Miss Rochelle Crump. And I tell you, they really are into a lot of community-based, a lot of politically based, you name it, type of things.
Okay.
We love it.
All right. Thank you. And before we go, we want to say to our normal host, Miss Bernetta Pearson, we miss you, and and we're praying for you. And for our other host, Evelyn Collier Dixon, that we're praying for you and your nephew. So thank you. We will see you next month.
God bless.